सर्वेश्वर भगवान की जय, गंगा मैया की जय, भारत माता की जय, धरती माता की जय, हर हर महादेव।
ओम जय गंगे माता मैया, जय गंगे माता,
जो नर तुमको ध्याता,
जो नर
मैया जी को ध्याता, मनवांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता।
चंद्र से ज्योत तुम्हारी, जल निर्मल आता।
ओ मैया जल निर्मल आता, शरण पड़े जो तेरे, शरण पड़े जो तेरे, सो नर तर जाता। ओम जय गंगे माता।
एक ही बार जो तेरी शरणागति आता।
ओ मैया शरणागति आता, यम के त्रास मिटा कर, यम के कष्ट मिटा कर, परम गति पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता।
मंगलकारिणी मैया, तू है सुखदाता।
ओ मैया तू है सुखदाता, तेरी गोद में आकर, तेरी शरण में आकर, मन शांति पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता।
आरती मात तुम्हारी, जो जन नित गाता।
ओ मैया प्रेम सहित गाता, दास वही असहज में, भक्त वही असहज में, मुक्ति को पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। ओम जय गंगे माता। मैया जय गंगे माता, जो नर तुमको ध्याता, जो नर मैया जी को ध्याता, मनवांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता, जय गंगे माता, जय गंगे माता। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव।
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे
सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग्
भवेत्।
ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल।
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल।
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल।
जय राधा रमण हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय राधा रमण हरि बोल।
जय जय राधा रमण
जय जय राधा
रमण जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। जय जय राधा जय जय राधा रमण
जय जय राधा रमण हरि
बोल। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय जय राधा रमण जय जय राधा
रमण जय जय राधा रमण हरि
The purpose of our life. She said sometimes you're doing good things, but you may not feel that that's the purpose. The purpose of our life is to realize the truth of who we are. That is our purpose. That is what the scriptures tell us. That is what the saints and the sages tell us. That is why we're here. The purpose of your life is not about doing good things. We do good things. Because I'd much rather have juicy, sweet karmic fruit than bitter karmic fruit. And so simply from the most superficial level of action-reaction, it's a lot more satisfying to move through the world doing good things so that you have good things in response than doing bad things and having bitter fruit. Superficial level. We also do good things because we know, even if we haven't experienced it yet, we know that the world is a family. We know that the world is divine. Again, this is what the scriptures tell us. This is what the saints and the sages and the mystics tell us. The world is not just created by God, but is God. And so we serve. We also do good things because even in my superficial level identity of myself, even if I'm identifying as this body, as my history, as that superficial level, well, I'd like to identify as a good person rather than a bad person. Granted, it's not the highest level at all. The highest level is, I'm divine. But before I get there, if I have a choice between identifying as a good person or a not good person, it's a lot easier to look yourself in the mirror as a good person than as not a good person. It's a lot easier to get out of bed every day feeling good about what you did yesterday than badly about what you did yesterday. It's a lot easier to go to sleep at night feeling good about what you did that day than bad about what you did that day. So those are reasons we do good things that have nothing to do with the purpose of our life. The purpose of our life is to realize who we are, which is divine, which is consciousness, which is love, which is God, which is soul, which is spirit. Doesn't matter what word you use. Different words describing the same experience. That is your purpose. Now, there's not a specific job description that can be done in more easily than others. So, you could be a gas station attendant. You could be a waitress. You could be the CEO of a big company. You could be an attorney. You could be a president or a prime minister. You could be a stay-at-home mother. Every single one of those and everything else is a career choice in which you can experience the truth of who you are. Because all of those are just roles we play. You could be a sannyasi. Again, just a role we play. Now, it's certainly a role that many of us find easier to spend the time and energy and focus discovering the purpose of our life than as a waitress, let's say, or as the president of a country, let's say. But there's no saying you can't find it in any career path. And that's where things get tricky because as I frequently remind people, a lot of us are looking for our purpose in our career. And that's where it gets all mixed up. It's not there. The purpose is to experience who you are. Once you know who you are, what to do comes much, much more easily. But we try to go about it the other way. First, I'm going to figure out what to do, and from what I do, I'm going to understand who I am. But that's backwards. I know all my friends are waitresses. Okay, I'll become a waitress. Now there's my identity. I am a waitress. But no, that's not my purpose. I should be the president of a company. Okay, I become the president of a company. Now that's my identity. I'm a powerful woman. I'm a leader. No. You're no more that than you are a waitress. But we've gone about it the wrong way. We've said, let me get a job, let me find a career, and from that I will develop an identity. From that I'll figure out my purpose. Purpose is know who you are. From that, what you will do comes very, very naturally. Everything else in nature knows exactly what to do. And they don't make mistakes. You never ever see, apple trees that give pineapples instead one season by mistake. Nothing in nature does the wrong thing. They know exactly what they are. Sharks act like sharks. Dolphins act like dolphins. Turtles act like turtles. Apple trees act like apple trees. Monkeys act like monkeys. Right? I mean, you walk into the jungles here, we've got monkeys, we've got peacocks, we've got cows. You never see a monkey on the ground going moo. Forgot. Surrounded by too many cows. Thought it was a cow. Everything in nature knows exactly what to do because they know what they are. And so our purpose is to know who we are, which is divine. From that, what we do, and it's not always about a career. I was just talking about this last night, that your career may be something really mindless, because that's what you need to do in order to put food on the table. If what you're called to do is be a musician or an artist, and you want to have time to do that, but you're not getting paid to do that, it's okay, you're a waitress. Puts food on the table. But the more we mix up my career and my purpose, the more dissatisfied with our careers we are. This job is not up to my potential. I am not fulfilling my highest purpose here. Well, that was not what your boss promised you. It's a job. Now, if it does overlap, fantastic. As I said last night, you've won the career lottery if that happens. For some people it does. But it's much rarer than common. Along the way, remember that as a divine being, your job, your purpose, your dharma, your duty, all of that is to be a tool in the hands of the divine. Until and unless you have that experience of actually identifying as the divine, you're a tool in God's hands. And so whatever you're doing, whatever your job may be, however menial it may seem or big it may seem, either way, your chores around the house, the errands you run, the things you do for others, the seva you do, whatever it is, how can you see that as a way of allowing your life to be of service? And it's not always big, it's not always glamorous, it's not always recognized, but it's about an internal aspect. It may be washing dishes, it may be sweeping the floor, it may be cleaning toilets, it may be stuffing envelopes, it could be any one of a million things. How can in that you experience, I'm divinity, washing dishes? Or if you haven't had that experience, how in the act of washing dishes can I experience my connection to the universe? How can I experience water? The water that pours out of the tap, the water in my hands. Whatever we are doing, use it as an opportunity. You could be doing database entry. You could be balancing accounts. You could be designing websites. Whatever it is. How can you do it with the experience and the awareness of being a tool in God's hands? Our scriptures are full of people from the lowest levels of society, the lowest socioeconomic statuses, the most menial jobs, as the sages, the rishis. So allow your purpose to flow through you, whatever you're doing, from brushing your teeth to punching your time clock. Allow that to flow through you all the time. And in the rest, in whatever you're doing, whatever you're serving, how can I be a tool in God's hands? And ultimately your purpose will unfold. You'll feel it. You'll know. And we're not all, the other last point is, we're not all here on earth with one purpose. That's the other myth and problem, is that somehow if I just can find that one thing that's my thing, it may be different at different times. What you're supposed to be doing, the actions you're supposed to be performing in alignment with who you are, in alignment with your highest purpose, those are going to vary throughout your life. So don't expect that there's going to be one thing and then you're going to have one box and you're going to know. Experience the divine within. That'll lead you to experience the divine without. And then move through the world as much as you can as a tool in God's hands. And let the rest unfold.